Have you ever wondered how much each male bachelor in Stardew Valley makes? I know I have. Let's dive in. Hey, I'm Christina, aka Aloha Chama. And as a girl, I wondered a few things about each bachelor that someone might invite to their farm. And since I'm on the grind trying to make millions on the farm, let's see how much every male bachelor makes. Starting with the bachelor closest to the farm, let's get to know Shane. I'd have to say Shane is one of the most standoffish guys in town, likely with the most traumatic experiences in life out of all the bachelors. He has an alcohol addiction and lives with his aunt Marnie and niece Jas. He rents a bedroom in Marnie's home for a good price and has a full-time job at JojaMart. It seems like Shane has trouble saving his money because of drinking every night. You can calculate the minimum wage in America is roughly $7.25, but many grocery stores give a wage at around $15. So Shane works 7.5 hours a day, and his overall monthly income is $22.50. Considering he rents a one-bedroom average $350 in the US for shared accommodation, and needs to eat his pepper poppers and drink his beer daily, his expenses add up to a whopping 16 grand, thus causing Shane to be in tremendous debt. It seems as a thriving farmer, you'd have to pay off Shane's debts when he moves in. Good news though, he significantly reduces his alcohol consumption when moved in, so perhaps over time, and his wife could make it through all the hardships, you 100% have to be dedicated to helping Shane. Moving on to my personal favorite, this bachelor is the eldest in Stardew Valley, Harvey. Harvey is the doctor in town and he is responsible for taking care of the health of all the residents. Personally, I find it a noble role. He is quite shy at first and can definitely be misconstrued and distant and seem like he's not interested in the candidate. But that's just what makes him more of the alpha male in my opinion. Since he is a doctor, his income is the highest in Stardew Valley. Nonetheless, don't forget that Harvey has gone to med school. Therefore, he is likely also in some debt, just like Shane. The average debt a doctor can have coming out of med school in America can range from $200,000 to $500,000. Let's assume Harvey has been a doctor for at least 2 years, and the average American graduates with their PhD at about 29. An average doctor's income that owns their own clinic makes approximately $458,000 per year. Harvey likely wants to pay off his debt quickly and would probably roughly pay $3,000 per month towards it. His favorite drink is coffee, which costs $300. His favorite meal is a super meal, and that costs $220 to buy. His apartment is over his clinic and is a medium-sized practice, and the monthly cost averages about $5,000 per month. We also can't forget Maru, who works for Harvey. Maru makes about $88,000 per year as a registered nurse in Stardew Valley, which averages to around $7,300 per month as an expense to Harvey, thereby making Harvey's expenses per month a whopping $18,940. But fret not, Harvey's average income per month is roughly $114,000 per month. So I'm not sure how he claims he's struggling in Stardew Valley. Harvey is a definite asset to his wife in the long run, even though his work schedule does tend to change when he moves on the farm. Let's go to my second in line, Alex. Alex is the dreamy stud in Stardew Valley. He lives with both of his grandparents, and his mother sadly passed away, and his father seems to be a not so good guy, to put it politely. Alex has a lovely dream of playing grid ball and making it big. He works 2 jobs and only seasonally. In the summer, he works at his ice cream shop, and in the winter, he works at the spa. I'd like to think Alex is an entrepreneur, so his little stand, I assume, is owned by him. He sells his ice cream 6 days a week and skips rainy days, of course. Each ice cream costs $250. Let's consider the most ideal sales day. And that would mean he would sell to everyone, including the farmer. His income in the summer shockingly rings up to about $234,000. That's crazy. Way to go, Alex. Entrepreneurship definitely pays off. Let's not forget his winter job, though. An average wage for someone working at a spa in America is about $18 an hour. He works a 6-hour shift, and let's say he works 5 days a week. It would mean he makes about $21.60 in the winter. This is the sure reason why I encourage folks to be entrepreneurs. Definitely pays off. Instead of working for others where you are kind of getting small wages. Anyways, his expenses are quite low as well. No rent needed to be paid, no debt, just good old food expenses. Alex doesn't have a favorite drink, so I'd like to think he drinks water. He does work out, you know. One of his loved meals is a complete breakfast, which costs about $350. So per month, it costs him $9,800 to eat. Although he only works 2 jobs and seasonally, altogether, Alex's monthly income is about $59,000. And if he's making a good budget. I think Alex is doing a lot of saving. Good for him. The only thing is when Alex moves to the farm, he no longer works his ice cream shop and typically retires from the spa. That's alright though. A husband and a wife combine their incomes and Alex is a great help around the farm. Although, I do feel bad that he never made it in gridball. With long, luscious hair, let's move on to Elliot. Elliot is the most in tune with his emotions and lives on the beautiful beach. His profession as an author is an interesting one. Authors usually don't make a large enough income to sustain a living. An average income for book sales in a year is about $25,000. Elliot lives in a beach house, as I mentioned, and typically monthly rent costs about $2,500 for a bachelor home in America on the beach, totaling $10,000 for the year. Elliot's reasonably loved item is pomegranate, and it costs nothing for him. Good saving opportunity. Although Elliot doesn't make too much, if he is a good budgeter, he can live reasonably. His net income after yearly expenses is $15,000 or $37.50 per month. Moving on to another artistic bachelor, let's evaluate Sam. It's hard to really pinpoint how old Sam really is, but he is a musician and works part-time at Joja Mart. If we go back to Shane and his average income, we know that Sam makes, let's say, $15 an hour. He works about 3 hours, 2 days a week. So that's $90 per week, $360 per month, $1,440 per year. Let's not forget, Sam does a music gig. An average music gig can pay roughly $1,000. So it isn't very much. Nonetheless, there is payment enough doing your passion. Sam, the guitar man. That's a little Elvis reference there. He doesn't pay expenses living with his parents. His favorite loved food is pizza, and he does drink Joja soda. I think he doesn't pay for any expenses though because parents take care of food in the home. So Sam just gets time to save money. Although with the least amount of money so far, Sam is not in debt and is very flirty with the farmer. This makes for a great budding relationship. Last but not least, let's get to know Sebastian. Sebastian is the most recluse of all the bachelors and can be difficult to access at first. His profession is mostly spent in his room, and he works remotely. I kind of think of him most related to Concerned Ape, although I bet all the bachelors probably resemble Eric Barone in one way or another. Cozying up to Sebastian was oddly my last option because of his mysterious ways, but I've grown to like Sebastian and find him quite interesting. But I don't like that he smokes cigarettes. Sebastian is a programmer and works as a subcontractor, it seems. Programmers get paid based on their jobs and can make quite a nice income on each project. Annually, he makes roughly $107,000, and this is based on the average income of an American programmer. We know he lives with his mom and stepdad, and it seems like his family incurs all the expenses because during his daily schedule, he goes up to the refrigerator and eats. This makes Sebastian an avid saver and a self reliant bachelor. Regardless of what bachelor you tend to choose based on your personality, in general, in life, marrying someone because of money is always a big no no. Marrying for love is the most optimal. After all, a wife builds her man, and working together on the farm makes all of these bachelors have a successful life. This is Aloha Chama signing off. Please like, comment, and even subscribe as I cherish it a lot. Until next time, Toodles!